Hi guys, today's eye look I am using Adorn Cosmetics, a vegan, cruelty-free, Australian-made, no nasties brand, which I love. So I'm starting with the Face and Body Mineral Bronzer in the colour Autumn, and I'm just applying that to the socket line and the outer corner of my eye, just to get some nice shape and definition before I go in with my full eye look. So just using swirly motions there and a fluffy brush and buffing the colour in. Okay, so I've made a mess, but that's okay. I'm taking my Chubbi eyeliner in Smokey Quartz, and I am just going to rub that along the upper lash line and into the outer corner of my eye and blend that in so that it's nice and smooth and so that there are no rough edges with a pencil brush. And this is just going to be the base colour of my eye look today, so I'm building up the depth with the pencil and then I'm going to go in with the colour on top. And I'm also going to add a little bit of that eyeliner just to the inner corner as well. So I'm basically doing like an O shape where I'm leaving the inner part of the eyelid clear of the pencil, and I'm just buffing it in and blending it around the inner and outer along the lash line and into the socket line. Buffing it in with my fluffy brush as well, just to make sure that it is nice and smooth, and doing the same thing on the other eye. And now I'm using the Eye Create Intensive Mineral Eyeshadow in Golden Emerald. It's a beautiful like olivey colour or kaki colour, and it has a beautiful shimmer to it as well. So I'm just going to use what's in the lid and using a soft brush, and I'm just going to apply that just directly over the top of where we buffed out that eyeliner, so the inner corner, the socket line, and the outer corner and lash line of the eye. And again, I'm just leaving the mobile part of the lid free, just making sure I go in with my fluffy brush just to make sure everything is nice and buffed and no harsh edges, and repeating on the other side. So taking my Chubbi eyeliner again, I'm going to apply that to the lower waterline and into the lower lash line. I really want to smoke out the lower lash line for this look, so just buffing it out with the pencil brush again, making sure it's nice and soft and smoky. Still got depth into the colour, but just nice and soft around the edges. And I'm going to take a fluffy tapered brush and go back in with that Golden Emerald eyeshadow pigment and set over the top of that eyeliner. So making sure it's nice and soft and buffed out. We don't want any harsh lines, it just has to fade out. And I've got a little bowl of water here, so I'm going to dip my brush, a smaller, more dense brush, into the water, and I'm going to go back in with that golden emerald colour. So I'm using the water just to really intensify not only the colour, but also make it a little bit more of a metallic finish rather than just the shimmery finish. So going back over the top of where I've already done, but just really intensifying the pigment and the metallic finish. And I will make sure that I go back in with my fluffy brush just to soften those edges. And taking some more of our bronzer in the colour Autumn, and my tapered fluffy brush there. I'm just going to make sure that I've got that nice warm bronze colour throughout that socket line, so that we have a little bit of a transition colour from the khaki green to the brow bone, just to soften it up and warm the look up a little bit as well. So using a clean buffing brush again to make sure everything is buffed out. And for the mobile part of the lid, I'm going in with the Intensive Mineral Eyeshadow in Coral Pearl. So I'll take what's on the lid again and using a more flatter brush, I guess, but it's still quite soft and fluffy. I'm just applying that pigment to the mobile part of the lid where we left earlier, just to create a nice golden highlight just in that center of the eye. So it's not totally golden emerald over the whole lid. We've got that little pop when we blink that catches the light of the golden pearl, or the coral pearl, just to create a little bit of a pop. And Adorn's waterproof mascara, I love this. 2 coats as usual. I start at the bottom lash line and then I work my way to the top. You've seen it all before. So using our Face and Body Mineral Bronzer in Autumn again, I'm just going to do a soft contour, nothing too crazy, but I just want to increase the depth in the hollows of the cheekbones there, just buffing it around, blending it, warming up the face and applying a little bit to the temples. And using one of my favourite blushes, the Loose Mineral Blush in the colour Summer, beautiful pink pigment, which you all know I love. I've got to have my pink cheeks, so I am just again using what's on the lid and I'm just buffing that colour into the apples of my cheek and sweeping it back slightly just to give a really soft feminine pink cheek look, which is what I'm all about. And highlighter, I'm using the Mineral Illuminiser in Natural. So I always take with loose powders what's on the lid, as you can probably gather. Just means that you don't get too much product on your brush. So I'm just using a smaller fluffy tapered brush and applying that to the top of my cheekbones and also down the center of the face. So a little bit down the nose, the cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, and just a teeny tiny bit on the forehead, only because I get a little bit shiny throughout the day, so I don't want to accentuate that. And I'm also going to apply some of this Illuminiser into the inner corner of the eye, which you can see creates such a beautiful highlight there. It really makes the eye stand out. So just buffing that in with a more tapered pencil brush. And I'm also going to pop a little bit of that just on the top edge of the cupid's bow of the lip to create a fuller lip look there. So that's my eye look for today. I loved this look. It's nice to try a little bit of colour without being too scary. So I hope you enjoy and like my look. Thank you.